isn't a better range of high pressure cleaning machines produced not just in Australia but anywhere in the world that compete with these machines for performance, quality, style and value for money. Okay, so the first step is to unbox your new AB30 scud unit and check everything's in the box and set it up ready to run. Now that you have your machine out of the box, we're going to check that we've got all the components that come with the machine. Here's the handle that needs to be bolted onto the back. The high pressure hose. Trigger assembly, vario lance and turbo nozzle, and your party pack that has your manual, test certificate, warranty details, and of course the bolts to bolt the handle on. Now with the machine you get a bolt pack, 4 bolts, 9 lock nuts and washers. You'll need 2 10mm spanners to fix the handle onto the machine. Okay, now that we have our accessories out of the box and we've checked that everything's there and accounted for, we'll get them ready, set them up, ready to run. So I'll just use a pair of snips here to cut the cable ties on the gun and lance. We'll assemble the vario lance onto the gun. Now that's just a push fit and screws together with a 22mm coupling. No spanners required there. Make sure that your vario lance fins are straight up and down to give you a nice fan. So to adjust that, you just back off the coupling, get them in line with the gun and tighten it up again. As easy as that. Now the inlet of the gun is M22 as well. The hose that you get with the machine is 8 metres with M22 couplings at both ends. So again, no thread tape needed, no spanners needed. Just simply push it into the thread and do it up. And just hand tighten. As simple as that. Same with the other end of the hose. That'll just screw onto the outlet of the pump here with the M22 coupling again. So you just do it up hand tight again. No thread tape, no spanners needed. With the machine, with the standard AB30, it comes with detergent injection. So this is low pressure detergent injection. In your party pack, you'll find your detergent hose and suction filter. Now this just drops into your bucket of detergent or truck wash, car wash, whatever you want to use. Now to activate that detergent injector, when you're using the machine, you just flick your high pressure nozzle, your T10 vario lance, forward to low pressure, and that'll create suction at your suction filter and draw the detergent through. Once you've finished applying your detergent, you simply just click back to high pressure. The machine will just go back into high pressure mode, which is basically so you can rinse off your detergent. When you're setting up your machine and you want to apply detergent, with the detergent valve, it does have a metering system so you can open and close it, whether you want more or less. You just have to find that happy medium for the job that you're doing at the time. With the T10 vario lance, as well as having high and low pressure function, it has the function of changing the angle of the spray. So from going from a full fan, which gives you the best, widest coverage, to a pencil jet, which gives you the most power, of course, and direct hit. And this is simply by just opening and closing the fins from turning left to right. Okay, so just to quickly go over the machine. The machine comes with a 10-inch solid PU wheels, so no air, not pneumatic, they won't go flat. You won't get punches with them. The unit is powered by a Honda GX200 industrial petrol engine. The pump is an Bertolini Italian-made high-pressure piston pump. Now note that the engine and the pump and all the ancillaries of the machine are commercial grade. This machine is not a toy. This machine is built to last and built to work. On your pump, there's a couple of very important valves here that are factory set. So this is the unloader valve, which is basically your pressure adjustment for the pump. It's factory set at the recommended pressure of the unit and paint marks. So this is not to be adjusted. Also here you have your high pressure safety valve, which is a secondary backup if there was a pressure spike for the machine, that this will blow water off and is factory set as well. You also have a thermal dump valve which protects the pump from thermal overheating of hot water. So that's basically if you leave the machine in bypass for too long. If the water heats up to over 63 degrees C, the thermal valve will release water out of the pump and let cool water back in, so as your valves and your seals in your pump aren't damaged. All Aussie pump Scud high pressure cleaning machines are factory set and tested. So what that means is that the machines are ready to use straight out of the box. All you need to do is add fuel to the engine. Now obviously this is a petrol 4-stroke engine, Honda GX200, so we recommend the best fuel for it is Premium 98. Now to start the Honda engine, it's very simple. Once you have your hoses hooked up and your water turned on, please ensure that you pull the trigger of your gun, you have water coming out of the gun, so you know that the hose, the whole line and the trigger assembly is full of water ready to run before you start the pump, or before you start the engine. That means you're never going to run your pump dry if you follow that sequence every time you use your machine. So firstly, we will turn our engine on. You've got an on-off button here, so we turn it onto the on position. Here we have fuel and choke. So we turn the fuel on, and we turn the choke on, and we give it some revs, say about half revs. Now the machine is ready to start, so you just get up, pull your trigger, and start the machine. Once the machine is started and it's been running for say 30 seconds or so, that's the warm-up period. You can turn your choke off. Then turn the machine up to full revs and off you go. When you're finished using the machine, bring your revs back to idle. Switch the machine off. Release the pressure in your gun and turn your fuel off. Once you've followed that sequence and you've released the pressure in your gun, you can turn your garden hose off so the water supply stops to the pump, and then you can disassemble your hoses and pack the machine up. So with the Aussie Scud high pressure cleaning machines, like all high pressure cleaners, they need to be looked after. They are a piece of high performance machinery. So that means what? Obviously you need to look after your engine, so you do your service, you carry out your services on your engine at the required intervals, you give them good fuel, you make sure you change your oil when it should be, clean your air filter. With your high pressure pump, what they like is clean water. And they also need to have oil in the back end of the pump. So oil here, clean water at the front. When you set your machine up before you run and you turn your hose on, you check that you have water all through the line. At that point in time, you're ready to start your machine. Once your machine starts, please do a quick visual check of your connections, your hoses, your gun and lance to ensure that you have no leaks. If you do have any leaks, and I'm talking even a drip, shut the machine down, release your pressure and attend to wherever that leak is. Because the machine is fitted with M22 high pressure couplings, it's most likely only going to be an O-ring. What I don't recommend is Teflon taping the thread up instead of repairing the O-ring, because that is not a fix. When you're operating your machine, please try and keep the machine a fair distance from where you're actually doing your cleaning, because from the overspray of where you're cleaning, obviously the pump is fitted with a breather valve. So if you get a lot of water on top of the crankcase of the pump, moisture can be sucked into the crankcase, which will discolor your oil. Daily checks for your machine. Obviously your startup procedure never changes, but also check for high pressure leaks once the machine's operating, or any oil leaks. If you have an oil leak from your engine or your pump, don't keep operating your machine, attend to it and get it fixed. They are commercial industrial machines, and they have been designed to work hard and to last the distance. So everything is repairable or replaceable. Unloader valve, safety valve, thermal valve, all can be purchased as separate items as they are wearing parts. Parts are available for the high pressure pump, including pistons, and as well as repair kits for replacement check valves and high pressure seals, minor and major kits. Just contact your local Aussie pump dealer.